Comrades, as we continue the acknowledgements, acknowledge Comrade Nozipho Kyobeka Makeke, member of the National Executive Committee of the ANC Women's League, and the Chief Whip of the ANC in Gauteng Province, Comrade Masogisi Kanyele. Sox Kanyele, you are welcome, comrades. Comrades, as I call onto the podium, a veteran of the civic movement himself, Al Professor, Comrade tHUSI, I'll be calling on our leader, the General Secretary of COSATU, to say a few words, but not now, Comrade Peggy. After Comrade Aubrey, just to pay tribute, a few words nje. Nyeke sukiyeke ukhona. Abasebenzi bakhona bayakufila. Bafuna ukuthi Comrade SIMPHIWE. Ushayiphinda tsawo tsetsa. Oliver, ujaho. Uchanda, shapina tsetsa.
Mandla. Comrades, uComrade uthi mangicule. uComrade Billy uthi ngibambe ngikhulume. So angazi ngizomamela bani. But ngizomamela uComrade Billy Matsela. Comrade, ziyahamba insizwa kusala imisebenzi yabo eqotho njengale esikuyo namhlanje kaComrade Khabisi. Kodwa kokuqala before ngikhuluma ngifuna ukubonga umndeni kaKhabisi, umama wasekhaya ongayena nje umama kodwa umlingane kumzabalazo kaKhabisi, umgogodla wakhe owenza sure ukuthi uma ubuya ekhaya ephethwe inkinga zomzabalazo akwazi ukuthi babonisane naye baqhubeke phambili. Siyabonga mndeni wakaMtsukuthu ukuthi ngempela leli qhawe leli siyalazi, asilizwa ngoba bethi silazi izenzo zalo nezinto zalo nemisebenzi yakhe emihle ayenzile nakumkhanka akuyo asebenze kuyo. Lana njengoba ngikhulumela iSANCO, ngizoqala ngikhulume ngeSoweto Civic Association lapho uKhabisi waparticipate khona, waqhubeka waze wafoma iSANCO lesikuyo namhlanje. Abantu abaningi abazi imisebenzi yakhe. uComrade Khabisi ungomunye kwathi la sibona khona ukuthi kufanelekile ukuthi senze umgogodla wabantu, a mass-based organization that will carry the needs of the people forward. It was not only a mandate from the communities of Soweto, but it was an overall mandate yabantu base South Africa yokuthi abantu abazi-organize kuma-community organizations. You must remember ukuthi in Soweto, by that time, we had a committee of 10, which was formed by our intellectual capacity comrades who were members of that committee of 10. And from community of 10, we sit down with those comrades we discussed the way forward of making sure what this scheme of intellectual capacity that is carried out by the Committee of 10 and transform the knowledge in terms of organizing the communities to the structures of the community on the ground. Comrades, the Soweto Civic Association was also equally a mandate that was set as a process of a call that was made by our leader, Comrade Oliver Tambo, to say that our communities in South Africa must formulate the organization of communities on the mass base so that they can defend themselves against the system of apartheid by that time, and make sure that the laws of apartheid, the policies of apartheid, the discrimination of apartheid, our people organize themselves to fight those processes. And as a result, we transformed the Committee of 10 to start a program that was make sure that the people of Soweto are organized. We selected a key comrades that went, and then they're known as a comrades who sat at the Rabonia meeting. Those comrades which were led also by comrades like Masisulu, Popo Mulife, and other ones, Vali Musa, a number of comrades who were there. We were part of it as a youth by that time to make sure that we cement the program that is coming up in Soweto. It was a part of the Soweto Civic Association. And before it was formed, how this Soweto Civic is supposed to be formulated itself. It must be organized at all levels. Our people must be organized from home, from the yard, from the streets, from the blocks. And that's how the Soweto Civic Association was formed. It was not formed with the membership of now, today, where you set the branch, when you form it, you form under the 100 people. It was not 100 people. It was a massive of people formulated a branch in that area. And that was Soweto Civic Association. There was no area in Soweto which was not organized. It had key comrade and produced leadership. That leadership that was used for national programs, provincial programs, and the leadership that have led the African National Congress. Number of people, they don't understand that the Soweto civics around South Africa contributed in immense processes for our liberation. And they contributed to make sure that our people are free and recognized the legacy and the program that was there, that was directed by the African National Congress. At no stage, we did understand in the Soweto Civics meetings. Let me also say, indicate it to people here, how does the Soweto Civic Association was formulated. The structures of it. The mandate was coming from the street level to the blocks level, some to the yards, where there are yards, in the informal settlements and all those kinds, to the blocks. And the blocks form a branch of the Soweto Civic. So branch was informed by the participants of these organs and make sure that they formulate a branch of Soweto Civic. Comrades, let me also say this. Guys that make sure that this formation has got those kind of levels, like Comrade Khabs. They work tirelessly to make sure that those branches are formulated and those blocks are formulated and they respond accordingly. The messages are communicated to the people on the ground. And there was nothing that the apartheid structures can do in the whole of entire Soweto, because Soweto Civic was the only representative of the people in Soweto. We're definitely sure about it. Before you start to become a chairperson of a branch, you have to go to the ladder. You start at the street level, or in the block, or in the yard. And the people will understand you, your contributions. Before you can be acknowledged and participate on the branch level, it was an honor to become a chairperson of the branch in the Soweto Civic. There was no double up. There was no group of certain people. There was a process that was approved to make sure that you go forward. The organizational level that was done was a structure that you cannot penetrate and infiltrate it. If you come with any things that you are sent by the enemy, you are discovered at the early stage of yourself, because people will dictate you on the branch level, on the block level, and other areas. So that organization, if we can still use it and go back to it, will have an organization that cannot be infiltrated or be used by any enemy agents or people that they've got a destructive motive to destroy our organizations. We produce very key people. Can matching that, Comrade Abafana now in number of other areas, we had key strategic comrades. If you go to a general council of the Soweto Civic, it was the festival of ideas mandated by their branch. And the arguments that were there in terms of taking things forward, the report of committees that were existing there, there were committees that were responding amicable to make sure that we protect the interest of our liberation. We produced a lot of cadres. And those who were produced by that time, some of them become national leaders of our revolution. Abo Comrade Khalim Muntlat was a deputy secretary in Dobsonville. Deputy secretary in Dobsonville. Yes, he became a president. But to us, in Soweto, he was a deputy secretary in Dobsonville. Comrade Thuli Matonsela was a secretary in Dlamini. So that is where very disciplined cadres were produced, because we had abantu abanjengabo Khabisi Mosunkutu who were instrumentally in terms of the revolutionary tactics, developments, capacity building, identifying comrades, and all those kind of things. We had a hub. That was Soweto Civic Association. The street committee was not only to organize people so that they can understand and stay together, but also the street committees produce, after we realize what happened with Solomon Mahlangu, and produce safe houses for the cadres of Umkhonto weSizwe when they come back home to work. They didn't come back to them, they came to the people that embraced them so that they cannot be detected. They can work very clearly in terms of their operations. So we're not just a civic movement for the sake of organizing people, but we're carrying also the mandate that makes sure that is strengthening our liberation movements. So that was Soweto Civic. Soweto Civic was part of organizing the meeting of all the civic societies in the early 80s in Bloemfontein, where we formed an umbrella processes of all the civic national. Our first assembly was in Bloemfontein. And Comrade Khabs was instrumental to make sure that all civics are participating at that forum in Bloemfontein, and they are going down there. He coordinated the Transvaal, West Transvaal, Northern Transvaal, Eastern Transvaal, and make sure that they are all going to the conference in Bloemfontein. That was Comrade Khabs in the areas of the civic society, building a united front of all the civics. In 1992, we formed an umbrella body of all the civics in the Eastern Cape, where Comrade Khabs and the other one were instrumental to make sure that there is a constitution and a guideline and the processes, policies are developed at that conference. Now, he didn't end up in the Soweto Civic, but he went further. In the meetings, when he tell you what is happening, Comrade Khabs was articulated to tell you what is happening at Crow, what is happening in Val and other areas, the way he was organized in terms of the civic societies. Then we formed the SANCO in 1992. So what I'm saying is this man that we are here today, it's one of the most person that as a pillar of our revolution. Comrade Khabs was disciplined in participating in the organization until his death. He was never involved in any conflict. He's that type of a person. He always liked to see unity. He always liked to see people prosper. He always wanted to see people moving forward and all those kinds. We were fortunate in civics in Soweto because we had even to understand what is happening at the unity talks of COSATU, because we had comrades that were participating in the unity talks of COSATU. So that is how this giant was also making sure that the role of the labor, you can't distance it from the role of the civic societies and the communities of our people. So Khabs was very good in terms of mixing the process together and make sure that we move forward. During the UDF, that's why the civic have contributed a lot on the United Democratic Front. So I wanted to say that we need such comrades. Let us work like Comrade Khabs. Let us be selfless. Let us be honest. Let us be truthful. Let us make sure that we are disciplined in terms of taking forward our processes. Comrades, I can speak until in the morning about Comrade Khabisi. Amanda!
Comrade.